Excited about the win tonight. Just the kids, short turnaround after a tough game, Saturday night, and got in about 6:15 Sunday morning to the airport. Really challenging day Sunday, just getting your wits about you, and it just kind of felt like the twilight zone all week because it's just trying to get rested up, trying to get ready on a very short turnaround. Kids really practiced great this week. They really did. I mean, it was so impressive. And we were so ready to play. I mean, I knew it all day today. They were so excited. They were almost too excited before kickoff. Came out and, had some things go against us there in the first half. Really frustrating because I felt like we played so well in so many areas, but had a couple of turnovers and then, just did a poor job there of getting the ball in the end zone right before the half, which would have been a big touchdown. But, regrouped. And I thought the kids kept their composure at halftime and we just, made some adjustments defensively and just, big thing on offense, just keep playing. But Tyler Snead, big kickoff return to start the second half, kind of set the tone for everything. And then a dominant performance in the second half. And just those kids just played their freaking tails off and just so proud of them. I'm telling you, South Florida's a much improved football team. And I told Coach Scott just the performance that they put on last week against Temple, and I'm telling you, the offensive line's a good offensive line, and just against a team like that, just what a big win for our program, and just really just want to thank the fans that were here. Certainly wasn't the best conditions in the world, but the Pirates showed up, and the student body. I mean, what a great job by our student body. They were instrumental the whole ball game. Made the stadium loud. They made it tough on South Florida when they were that in the field. But just really appreciate the way the students supported our team tonight. Made it a really special night.
What did you tell them at halftime?
Well, different things to different sides. I mean, the offense, what I told them was really South Florida didn't stop us in the first half. We stopped ourselves. We had the turnover when we had the ball at midfield, and then they score. We turned right around, turned it over on the kickoff return, and gave them a short field. And then we drive it all the way down. We have it on the 1 inch line, and don't get it in on fourth down there at the end of the half. So, it wasn't like we were the ones making the mistakes. And so just calmed them down. Stick to what we're doing. Told the offensive line, you're going to be the key. You're going to be the key to this second half, and they were. Giving our running backs the room to run, giving Holton the room to run. Didn't give up a sack on the night. I know Holton got a little bit of pressure a couple times, but didn't give up a sack. And just really a solid performance by that group in the second half.
You get a solid performance tonight from Harris. Get 100 yards out of him. He kept moving the sticks for you all night long, played with great energy. Talk about his performance a little bit.
Well, Rajay had his best week of practice. And, on Monday, we started practicing a little tempo drill. And I told him immediately after that drill, I said, that's the 47 I remember from last year. He just looked more assertive. He wants to be great, and I don't know if it's pressing too much or whatever, but he looked like himself this week in practice, and then he looked like himself tonight on the field. And I just, he and Keaton were great tonight.
To end the first half the way y'all did, that could have been a pretty crippling blow.
Yeah.
To come out, start the second half the way you did, to answer like that, what did that mean for this team?
I think that shows the maturity and growth in the program, and as well as anybody, past several years, they're done. But this team has a lot of mental toughness, and it was that kind of night. And we talked about that too. Rainy, dreary night. It was going to be a tough guy's game, and I think that just shows just the growth and the maturity and the mental toughness improvement of our roster as a whole, but especially of our offensive front, and for them to come and respond with that drive to start the second half. Just what a great job.
Coach Holton did run a little more tonight. Was that
Yep.
by design, or is that just what a
Yeah, it was a little by design, and it was a little bit, him taking advantage of those opportunities when nothing was there in the passing game. And I would like to say it's just that easy, but it's something we've been encouraging him to do, for several weeks now. But I just thought he made really, really good decisions tonight. Really, I don't know if there's a decision I really question that he made tonight. I may have to look at the film, but there's not going to be many. I thought he was very decisive with where to go with the football. I thought he put us in good situations. I really thought, probably mentally played his best game of the year.
you talk about complimentary football. How big was it after the missed field goal to get the pick six right away, right on the next play?
I thought that's probably the turning point in the ball game because they're trying to isolate Malik on one of their top receivers, and he just anticipated the throw right there. Did a great job of making the play. I mean that's one of those plays. If you're going to undercut it, you better make the pick because if you don't, it's a big play. But Malik has really had a solid year, and just his improvement. I mean, everybody talks about J-Mac. J-Mac gets a lot of attention, but Malik is quietly having a very, very solid year.
Coach, Tegan Wilk, I mean, he was kind of all over the place. What can you tell us about him?
He's a tough, hard-nosed football player. When we were recruiting him a few years ago, I had a safety from Pennsylvania a few years back, and I appreciated all the qualities I saw in Tegan. And yeah, I mean, there's lots of people that maybe didn't recruit him because of this metric or that metric, but he's a good football player, and he's a smart football player. He's a great open field tackler, and he just has a nose for making plays, and and he's still extremely young. I mean, he has a lot of eligibility in front of him, but great performance by him tonight.
Coach, I'm sure you prepared for McLean, the left-hander. How much of an adjustment was that for your defense, seeing a different quarterback?
Actually, we kind of doubted McLean would play. We kind of figured we'd get 12 tonight. We saw the play on film from last week, probably a high ankle sprain, so you knew he'd probably be pretty ginger. Knew if we did see him that he'd probably be very limited running the ball. But now I thought 12 played really good tonight. I mean, he throws the ball well. He has good mobility. Of course, we saw him maybe a little bit 2 years ago. In the last game here, so they have some great athletes on that offense, but I thought our defensive kids played really well tonight.
Coach, in the first half, you talked about how it was tough to get ready, and your team looked really ready to play. First quarter, it's a different narrative, isn't it? If you don't get the stop by Billings and Ware at the 4, you get the forced fumble and the recovery at the 17.
Yeah.
They haven't even been on their side of the field yet.
Right, and that's I think that there's a lot of plays that took the game back and forth in the first half. You had us turning it over, which was tough, but then you turn right around and they turn it back over, and then the turnover on the kickoff return really was the one that hurt us after the score because I thought that took all the momentum back. But then our kids responded with the drive right before the half. But it was a tough first half, and I just thought that's why I said the way we responded in the third quarter was really impressive because of all the momentum was against us at halftime. And I'm telling you, momentum in the sport of football, any coach will tell you, momentum is one of the biggest variables that there is. When you got the momentum, I mean, you feel like you're riding a wave, and when it's against you, it's almost suffocating. And so I just think that again shows just a lot of resiliency in our kids and the way they responded after those challenging situations.
How good is your defense now?
I don't know. Good enough to win tonight. So we'll see.
Coach Holton found CJ on some big catches, tough catches in clutch situations to get first downs and whatnot. What does that do for your team when you start getting additional help from him along with other guys you've already got?
Well, we need him. And I thought again, another guy just like Rajay. I thought CJ had a really good week of practice. I thought he played real well at Houston Saturday night and had a good week of practice this week, and so I just felt like he was in a good space. But he made some really impressive plays tonight. The one off the goal line. I mean, that changed field position, changed the momentum. I mean, it's a huge play.
Coach, can you talk about as a program closing out a win like this tonight? That's a good step. That's a big step for you.
No doubt. I mean, close out 2 straight conference games at home like that. The Tulane game and then this one, especially after 2 tough road losses against 2 of the better teams in the league. I mean, I think our kids are hungry to do what we talked about when I took the job, and they're doing it. I mean, they are turning the program permanently around right now, and so we're 4-4, 2-2 on the year, but we feel like we got a chance every week out.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks a lot, guys.